Yo, what's goody? I am Wavy. If you enjoy the content over here, consider hitting the subscribe button because I've been at this, this is like my sixth time doing this because I try to do it all in one take because, keep it as fresh as I can. And it's mainly just the intro that gets me. After that, I get pretty rolling. But anyway, last night I covered the LSU Iowa game in which it was hyped up. It was a repeat of last year's national championship game, but this time it was an Elite Eight game for a ticket to the Final Four, in which Iowa ended up getting the best of LSU. Last night I covered what took place in the pregame in terms of the national anthem and LSU not being out there while it was being sung, and I will get to that in a little bit. What just hurt me is I wanted LSU to win this game, I really did. But when I went on at halftime and saw the whole thing about halftime, the protest, I got with Iowa. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have none of that. Either way, let's get to the video.
I just try to stand strong. I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times.
See, I ain't like this look. You know what I mean? She played the bad guy, bad girl role for the last year since her national championship. And then she gets in the press conference. She's crying. She's playing the victim. And I'm not saying that they're not true, the stuff that she's alleging, but we'll get to that in a little bit. All right, let's get to Paul Pearson, what he had to say.
Yeah, it's beyond that, Key. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls.
Well, of course.
That made it that gained my respect.
Hey, I'm just saying. But I do like for what it means for the future of the WNBA in terms of this rivalry, because it will, inspire a whole generation of girls. But this is what I covered last night. This is going to be the singing of the national anthem, in which Iowa was out there, the whole team. And then as the camera pans over to the other side, LSU's nowhere to be found. All right, so this is going to be the coach for LSU and what her response is for why they were not out there.
Honestly, I don't even know when the anthem was played. We kind of have a routine where we are on the floor and then they come off at 12-minute mark. I don't know, when we come in and we do our pregame stuff. I'm sorry, listen, that's nothing intentionally done. Honestly, I don't even know when.
Yeah, so she said that pretty much they go into the locker room at the 12-minute mark before the game begins. Now, to me, when is the national anthem usually sung? It's usually sang at halftime, at the end of the game, in pregame. Or is it saying usually in the 5 to 10 minutes before tip-off, kickoff, whatever sport it is? Usually it's right before it begins, which means that this team, for all the people in the back, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all may understand 1 + 1 = 2, but for the people in the back, okay, if they all have made this a part of their pregame routine that, hey, we have all come together and said we are going to go out 12 minutes before the game starts every game. Let's go back to the footage of all year. Have they sat out the national anthems of all their games? Perhaps, if they're leaving at the 12-minute mark before. So, and this is a down south lady, a lady from down south. She when the national anthem goes off, her ears start ringing. All right, she know exactly what it is, what time it is. Stop playing with me. All right, but let's get back to the Angel Reese post game.
So many times, death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So I just want to always just know I'm still a human. All this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, I'm unapologetically me. I'm going to always leave that mark and be who I am and stand on that. And hopefully the little girls that look up to me, and hopefully I give them some type of inspiration that, hopefully it's not this hard and all the things that come at you, but keep being who you are, keep waking up every day, keep being motivated, staying who you are, staying 10 toes, don't back down, and just be confident.
Now, my thing is, you're talking to a generation of young girls looking up to you, all right? And Angel Reese is by no means a scrub, all right? Either on or off the court. With the nil money she's made, she is seeing money, all right? On the court, she's doing her thing. All right, a couple other points I wanted to make sure I hit on. I understand the competition of what she like the smack talking from last year to now. I understand her being competitive. You know, I've played sports before, not at the D1 level, but I understand competition and wanting to win. I understand trash talking and wanting to, you know, kick someone's ass on the respective field, court, mat, ring, whatever you're talking about. I understand that. But after you lose, you can't be sitting here crying like this. I understand she just got out of the game. It's fresh on her mind. The emotions are still fresh. Keep yourself in the locker room, gather yourself, and then go out there. Because to come out here and looking weak like this, like, come on, man. After you just played the bad guy, the villain role from last year, you was hyping it up. You was getting all your what you call it, your clout and all that. You play, and she played into it, and I don't knock her for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But then to be up here crying like this, boo-hooing, and it wasn't even in the national championship. But to be up here boo-hooing like that, like, you know, and I'm not trying to attack her. Like I said, Angel Reese is a baller. You know what I'm saying? But what I do want to talk about is a point that she made in the beginning. All right, that's where I got the issue. All right, let's get to it.
I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. All
right, if she's had death threats, that's, you know, that's not a joke. I'm not going to joke with that. That's not something that people should be doing. That's fucked up. If people are threatening her, I'm guessing mainly online. You know what I'm saying? It just starts online. I doubt that people are walking up to her. She's a 6'3" chick. You know what I'm saying? I doubt people are walking up to her threatening her. But what I do want to talk about is the second point that she made in terms of the sexualization, that she's being sexualized.
Death threats. I've been sexualized.
Right there. I've been sexualized. Now, we live in a modern era where it's not called sexualization, it's called empowerment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to knock you. A woman could dress however she wants to. She could do whatever she wants to. She could live however she wants to. It's her choice. But it's also people's choice on how they perceive it. You know what I'm saying? And if people think you look good and think you look sexy, you know what I'm saying? You put the content out here. Look at her. She's put the content out here. How you going to say you've been sexualized? You got to say something along the lines like you sexualize yourself. Like do OF girls think that they've been sexualized too or something like that? Because they're putting out the stuff. I mean, I don't get it. If you're putting out stuff like this where you're not dressed in much clothing, I understand it makes you feel beautiful. It makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel feminine, which you are entitled to do. But don't get mad when people start sexualizing you. Like, if 1 + 1, again, if 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're out here dressed, like I say, and not getting political, okay? Let's say Candace Owens. Do you think that you'd be getting sexualized? I'm just saying. And Candace Owens dresses nicely. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to get political, all right? Don't be in the comments talking about Candace Owens, all right? But, yeah. Interested to know whatever y'all thinking about it. Not trying to keep this one too long at all. I like Angel Reese. I think that she's a baller. I love the way the back and forth that they were doing leading up into this. You know, I didn't like the whole race aspect. I wish that they would have, you know, instead of boycott the national anthem, which is what I think happened. You know what I'm saying? It might be part of their routine or not. I think they were boycotting it. But I would have rather they just go out to midcourt and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark hug each other in front of the world. Because, you know, a lot of people tuned in just for that game last night. A lot of people that don't even watch WNBA, including myself. I mainly only watch UConn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm interested to know whatever y'all think about it. Do you think, oh, And also, I understand if they want to protest, they have the freedom to do whatever they want to do, okay? And understand I have the freedom to think whatever I want to think and express it, and y'all have the freedom to think whatever you want to think and express it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone got the free, like, that comes with the freedom of speech, that some people are going to perceive it one way, some people are going to perceive it the other way. That's just the way it's going to go. It's a double-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? But if you stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you consider hitting the subscribe button, dropping a like, dropping a comment to join the conversation. Let me know what you think about Angel Reese and, you know, her saying that she was sexualized. That was the main point I was trying to hit on. All right, she's saying, I'm not talking about the death threats and the being threatened, because that's not something to joke about. And, you know, that's something completely separate. But as far as the sexualization, you know, where, you know, she's got the stuff out here. It's readily available. You know what I'm saying? And she's, you know, she's got it out there. And then also with the whole protest, you know, if you're religiously coming out after pregame, 12 minutes before the game starts, if you're religiously leaving the court, I'm going to call it a spade. You know, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, I'm going to call it a duck, that y'all are protesting the national anthem for whatever reason that is. Interested to know whatever y'all think about all that. I know I rambled on for a little bit, tried to hit on a couple topics in the same video. You know where I'm standing as far as the women's basketball goes for the college. I'm going with my man Big G. Got to go with him. All right, and then let me get to my final clip.
Dog, it is insane. Why can I build a career out of terrorizing my community or making a mockery of myself, and then I have a bunch of children who want to emulate me, and nobody really sees it as a problem? They're just like, oh, this is black culture, turn up. But if someone comes out the woodwork in order to hold our people accountable and protect the village and be like, hey, y'all, this is nuts, we tear into them as a people, that is crazy.
Hey, man, y'all be easy and stay wavy.